tips for beating cover 4. So not necessarily deep backbreaker style routes. We talked a lot about this in the top of the show where we broke down the Patriots posts formation.
Yeah.
We talked about the areas where you beat cover 4. But if you just want to give a couple examples of some areas where you would attack.
If you want to attack a cover 4 and you're not necessarily referencing deep, your best friend is your halfback. I mean, the halfback's your best friend ever, right? We'll show you a couple different tactics of why he could be your best friend ever. So gun split club, one of the most popular plays. Let's go to halfback wheel. If you want to start attacking the cover 4, the first thing you need to do is run these table routes to white here. This route to white is one of the best routes in the game because it beats a lot of zones. See, the zones drift away from it, and you're going to pick up, we said underneath, it's not a big play, but that was 9 yards. If they don't make adjustments to their defense, they don't do anything they call cover 4, which a lot of people will do depending on the level you're at, that route is just going to win. That's the way the game, it's the design, it's the concept that the offense has versus the concept that the defense has. It's not broken coverage. It's not any... It is the design of the way the offense wants to attack the defense, and the defense is not equipped to defend it.
So there's kind of 2 reasons you're going to run into cover 4. Number one, because to new players, it looks safe. It's like, wow, look at how many zones are on the field. I actually just told new players to play it.
Correct.
And not even do anything, and it's still good.
Right.
Because it's bend but don't break. Then you have really good players, how we just showed you in the Patriots thing, who will say, all right, well, you're gonna call that. I'm going to do hard flats from there. And then I'm going to, change it up. I'm going to man a guy up. I'm going to man up the corner route to Gronk. I'm going to try and stop it there. And you make adjustments. So that's the next level of cover 4, where better players will call it. They'll try and take that away. But once you've at least got them to play a hard flat, you're at least doing much, much better.
Right.
You're winning that area of the field, and then you can come back and run routes that go the other way.
Sure.
Because they're putting a resource over there.
Sure. Now, the other thing I'm sure people will say about that tip is, well, the formation I like running doesn't have a table route. Okay, well, if it doesn't have a table route, don't panic. All you need to do, and you can do this on any play in the game, in shotgun, wherever you want, I recommend shotgun, you can put your halfback on an out. So Lewis, I put him on an out, which is coverage audible, and then his icon, which is Y, and then left in the D-pad. For James White, same thing, coverage audible, RB, and right in the D-pad.
You should have these on so many plays.
Every play.
It's probably the best hot route. It's probably the best hot route in the game.
It's the most important hot route in Madden 18. Most important hot route to have for your offense.
They'll just back up.
I mean, listen, this even works too. This even works too. Oops, crossed up. This even works too. The flares are dynamic. They're
much
very
better
good.
Than last year.
Very good. The zones drift. You can catch to get upfield. But the point is this: you want to attack cover 4. It all starts with your halfbacks underneath. Those are the guys that are going to do the work against the cover 4. So watch. I want to attack cover 4. Now see how I can get underneath here and get a couple yards. Now the problem that you run into with cover 4, if on the weak side here, I only have 2 receivers on that side, and that is what's going to allow that quarter flat. It's the quarter flat that gets into trouble for people, because the quarter flat by default, it looks for an immediate threat in the area, and says if there's no vertical threat, I will then drop to the flat, and that's what can give people problems. So the recommendation is to always be on the trip side of the field when you throw to the flat, because whatever your route combination is, those routes will have one vertical stem, which then makes that route go downfield, which then will open up your underneath pattern. Make the core flat play vertically downfield first, and then opens up the flat.
All right, so there's a couple other areas you can attack cover 4. We broke them down earlier in the Patriots scheme. Go back on the channel, watch it. Deep crossers that get behind the numbers. So say Gronk was going to come across the field. You would throw to Gronk when he got to the 50 on the left side of the screen. So let's see if we can just give you, I'll put a hard flat to kind of simulate what you would see, and we'll show you. This is the area you want to then look to attack and be cover 4, because vertical is going to run off those 4 deep zones, and then that route's going to come in from the other side of the field, so it's going to get behind the flats. That's another key area you see good players attack and beat cover 4. Lewis's route will keep some of those zones down, and then those other routes can get in behind it.
Yeah, and the important thing to note on this, guys, is these pass leads are down and away to the sideline. So if it's on the left side of the field, I really recommend it like a 7 to like 7:30, like roughly throw to the sideline, and it's using LB. You need to throw a low pass, and I'll try and get the example here the best I can. But if you don't throw a low pass, you run into like that. I caught it, but the safety or the corner is too close. He will burn you You will throw picks. He will jump in front of the ball, and you will go, that play does not work. Okay, well, what you need to do to remedy that, so you don't have those situations, is you need to throw that down and away pass lead with the left bumper activated. That throws a low ball pass. And then you possession catch. When you do that, you now create a window where that corner, he can't get there. He's not getting there. And now you possession catch it, because you don't ever want to go rack or aggressive in this year's game, currently the way it is, because that gives a little like extra window where the receiver's trying to crank the ball upfield,
right?
So which then like lengthens the extent of where the throw needs to go, which then gives the corner more time to break on the ball.
So then you're going to force them to play hard flats, and you're going to force them to man Gronk up, but then once again Gronk could already be on the corner, and then he would get beat. So like, there's a lot that
it's actually pretty good, right? This is a pretty good play because you can run the same concept on the.
Yeah. It's pretty strong.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can run both sides.
Right.
You can run
once
like
they man up
this.
Gronk, then they're in trouble if they don't man up Cooks.
Kind of a help.
Right.
I didn't think that audible was great. But now you have Cooks over there.
He's gonna get open. It gave you a high pass there by accident.
Got it.
Yeah. It's tough for the LB. So that's some areas you can use to attack cover 4, guys. It's a very, very popular defense. We'll continue to go over it as we see more and more of what people are doing, and then the adjustments are making, because we know it's not just stock cover 4 all the time. Once you get into the higher levels, there's users, there's guys getting manned up. So we'll look to cover more and more of that. So make sure to follow the channel.